In 1994, the Houston Rockets became the first NBA team to hit 400 three-pointers in a single season. Fast forward to 2016, and Stephen Curry surpassed that mark on his own, sinking 402 threes. This jaw-dropping accomplishment demolished his own previous record from 2015 by a margin of 116 shots, and it was only a glimpse of his impact. In a league ruled by towering athletes who defy gravity, Curry, standing just 6'2", with a fairly ordinary vertical leap, managed to dominate the game in unprecedented ways. Hello and welcome to NBA Hype Vault, where we discuss about basketball insights, game, and the players. Today we are going to talk about the one game that changed Steph Curry's entire career. Steph Curry. Stephen Curry, also known as Steph Curry, is a famous basketball player from the United States. He plays for the Golden State Warriors in the NBA as a point guard. People often call him Chef Curry because of how good he is at scoring, especially from long distances. He is known as the best three-point shooter in basketball history and changed how the game is played by making long-range shots more popular. Curry has won 4 NBA championships and has been named MVP, Most Valuable Player, 2 times. In 2022, he also won the NBA Finals MVP. He has played in the NBA All-Star Game 11 times. He has also played for the U.S. national team, winning 2 gold medals at the FIBA World Cup and 1 at the 2024 Olympics. Before joining the NBA, he played college basketball at Davidson, where he became known for his great scoring and three-point shooting. He was picked 7th overall in the 2009 NBA Draft by the Warriors. In 2016, Curry made 402 three-pointers in one season, a record at the time. He also made at least 1 three-pointer in 268 games in a row, another NBA record. He has the highest free throw shooting percentage in league history and has led the NBA in three-pointers made 8 times. Even though he is only 6'2" and not the strongest or tallest, Curry became one of the most exciting and important players ever by using his quick moves, smart plays, and amazing long-range shots. Old style of game. When the NBA added the three-point line in 1980, it didn't make a big impact right away. Many coaches didn't like it or take it seriously. One of the most famous coaches at the time, Red Auerbach, even said, "We don't need it." Most teams thought the three-pointer was just a gimmick, not a real part of the game plan. When Steph Curry was born in 1988, that was the first year any player made 100 three-pointers in a season, which is just a little over 1 per game. That same year, almost 1/3 of the teams didn't even make 100 total threes. In those early years, players and coaches treated the three-point line like something annoying, not important. One reason people didn't like the three-pointer at first was because they were focused on shooting percentage. A 2-point shot made 50% of the time looked better than a three-pointer made 40% of the time, because 50 is higher than 40. But what they didn't realize was that a 40% three-pointer is actually more valuable than a 50% two-pointer because of the extra point. Back then, the numbers hid how good the three really was. One scoring legend, George Gervin, even called it the worst shot in basketball. Another reason it didn't catch on quickly was that players didn't practice it. Before the line existed, long shots didn't count for extra, so players focused on getting closer to the basket. That meant jumping high, shooting over defenders, and trying to score near the hoop. Greats like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant used this style. Even Larry Bird, who was an amazing long-range shooter, didn't take many threes early on because his first coach didn't like them. When he got a new coach, Bird started taking more threes and made them at a high rate, but the league still wasn't ready to fully embrace the shot. Back then, the game was slow to change. Most teams didn't explore new strategies, and there weren't enough players or coaches willing to try new things. That's why it took so long for the three-point shot to become a major part of basketball. Introduction of new style. In 1995, the NBA made a big change by moving the three-point line closer to the basket, just 22 feet away. This made the shot easier and led to a 50% jump in three-point attempts across the league. But even though teams started shooting more threes, they still didn't fully understand how powerful the shot could be. Some players like Chauncey Billups and Steve Nash would shoot threes off the dribble once in a while, but nothing like today's game. Many players didn't even think about taking a three-pointer, and most shooters just waited in one spot to catch and shoot. Steph Curry's father, Del Curry, was one of the best shooters of his time. At 6'4", he used a quick, smooth release to shoot before defenders could block him. He didn't jump very high, but still made over 40% of his threes and finished 10th all-time in three-pointers made when he retired in 2002. Steph started high school at only 5'6", so he needed a smart way to get his shot off. He copied his dad's quick release and perfected it over time. Instead of jumping high, Steph used his legs to power a fast one-motion shot. His release point was lower than most stars like LeBron James or Kevin Durant, but the speed and accuracy made it deadly. Curry began taking and making extremely deep threes, 27 to 40 feet away from the hoop. In 2016, he hit 44% of them, while the rest of the league only hit 24%. This changed everything. Smaller players now had a new way to score without needing elite speed or height. Players like Trae Young followed, taking hundreds of deep threes and changing the way basketball is played. Soon, younger players like Caitlin Clark began pulling up from near half-court. Coaches started spreading players out even more, giving offenses more room. By 2024, the number of deep threes had grown by 5 times, and the whole court had to be defended. Curry's shooting didn't just help small players, it reshaped the game, opening the floor and creating more space for every type of play. Almost overnight, basketball had changed forever. The arm race being led by Stephen Curry. By the time Steph Curry rose to stardom in the mid-2010s, the NBA had become much smarter. Starting in the 2013-14 season, every arena was equipped with tracking cameras to gather tons of data. Teams used this information, along with advanced analytics and fast sharing of strategies online, to better understand the game. Slowly, they began to realize the true value of the three-point shot and the spacing it created. But Curry didn't just follow the trend, he sped it up like a rocket. His legendary 2016 season changed everything. From 2016 to 2020, NBA teams increased their three-point attempts by 41%. More long-range scorers were added to lineups, and slow traditional big men once praised for their strength near the hoop started to struggle against faster, spaced-out offenses. Teams were now trying to copy Curry's style, adding quicker defenders and creating new ways to guard him. Curry was so hard to defend that coaches created new terms like gravity to describe how he pulled defenders away from the basket just by standing on the floor. Teams trapped him at half court, double-teamed him even without the ball, or used special defenses like the box and one to slow him down. He forced the league to evolve. Under coach Steve Kerr in 2015, the Warriors used Curry's constant movement in a new offense. He knocked down nearly 4 threes per 36 minutes that year and over 5 per 36 in 2016. Defenders couldn't leave him for even a second. His lightning-quick release, limitless range, and non-stop motion shattered old defensive systems. People often forget that Curry was also an amazing dribbler and finisher near the rim, but his perimeter scoring was so extraordinary that those skills became side notes. In 2016, he averaged 30.1 points per game with a 67% true shooting percentage, the best mix of volume and efficiency the NBA had ever seen. For the first 30 years of the three-point line, no one imagined someone could or should play like this. Steph Curry was the NBA's Black Swan, the one-of-a-kind player who changed the game forever, and he did it with joy, creativity, and relentless effort. Steph Curry didn't just master the three-point shot, he redefined basketball itself. With unmatched precision, creativity, and vision, he turned deep shooting into a weapon, reshaped team strategies, and inspired a new generation of players. In a game once ruled by size and strength, Curry proved that skill, movement, and range could rewrite the rules. His rise wasn't just a highlight, it was a turning point. Basketball will never be the same again. If you like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.